I'm going to dive into a little about how you can open a business here in Canada and Toronto and some of the obstacles that you have to go through to open those businesses. So, in Canada, we have something called a small business loan, and the government of Canada provides a barrier free, in their mind, um, access to a secured fund through the banks. So the banks facilitate the money in Canada, and the government tells the banks we're going to secure and promote small businesses to open up, and we're going to secure a certain percentage, 20% of a loan up to $500,000. And we're going to encourage people to open businesses. Fantastic. Great, great, great thing for the government to do because, as I said before, you open you open up a small business. What does it do? It encourages the economy to grow. People start spending money. Businesses help the economy grow, injecting money into the taxes. People pay for goods and services. People have jobs. All that goes to the tax bracket, and it encourages people to spend money and grow and be able to afford their lives, right? Homes, and goes on trips and stuff like that. So you make an application through the bank. So to do that, you have to have a business plan and you go through a business banking. It's not the same type of loan that you would receive if you were applying for a mortgage, but it's a business loan. So there's stipulations that come along with that, obviously, right? Because the bank needs to be satisfied that you're not going to be taking the money and giving it to a warlord somewhere in another country, using the money for criminal activity. So I get that. I totally get that. Unfortunately, in the past, there's been frauds that have occurred because of these loans, because it's a secured percentage from the government. So people will take the money and use it for nefarious reasons. So because of that, they've really tightened their belt in relation to scrutinizing applications. So you have to have a certain personal net worth. Not only do you have to have a certain personal net worth, you have to have a certain amount of money as liquid cash down just to afford the loan.
What about collateral, Dave?
Yeah, yeah. So
It's another thing you
personal
have
net
to have,
worth,
right?
right? That's
Personal
the
net
personal
worth
net worth, right?
and
So they
assets.
calculate your personal net worth. They calculate how much liquid cash. So it's all works on a percentage. So if you were just to simply look at it, there's 20% is secured by the government. That leaves 80%. There's a certain percentage that you have to put down, 30%, and then the rest is covered by the bank. And it's of the entire loan. So if you, let's say you need $100,000, you're looking at percentages of that you have to have liquid capital of. So because it asks, you can ask up to $500,000, you can potentially make a business plan and open up a business worth $500,000 and get funding for that. This is the problem I'm having. This is the problem I have with the whole system. They won't give you a dime of that funding until you have certain things in place. So those certain things are the following. If it's brick and mortar, you require a lease or a purchase of the property. You also require quotes from your general contractor. To negotiate the lease, to negotiate the contractor, you have to actually sign a lease. You will not get a funding until you actually get your lease.
But Dave, what if you need to have capital to support that and they then deny your business loan, right? I can
That's
see the headache and the worry
that's
that is caused by that.
exactly right. So you basically have to have liquid capital to fund your whole project
Even if it
because
doesn't
you can,
launch.
even if it doesn't launch,
Right.
because you basically have to start your business and start construction because the timelines don't line up.
Yeah.
Most properties you go to will give you something called rent free. So basically, they'll say, okay, first and last deposit, just like you would if you're renting something. And then they'll give you a certain amount of months for tenant improvement. Some places give you 10 improvement dollars, actually. You go to the landlord and you negotiate money towards improving the property, like building out your business, like a washroom. If you close down your business, you're not taking your washroom with you. It stays there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes they'll give you improvement dollars. If they don't give you improvement dollars, most places will give you rent free. So they'll say, while you're building out your business, we're not going to charge you rent.
And that's a good landlord.
Great landlord. Yeah.
That's good if you can find someone in the commercial space to do that. Good. I wanted to add there too, Dave, from our real estate investing background. The other thing too is sometimes they want to see that you have the capital to support the lease,
Right.
especially for commercial assets. So I can see the additional worry of, well, what if it's denied? You didn't get the loan. Now you're trying to show you have capital that might
Mhm.
not be there because it's critical to other parts of the business. So
Right.
there's a lot, but
Right.
that's good strategy, finding something that could be rent free or an improvement.
So you do have rent free, right? So you
Yeah.
have 5 months, let's say, 2 months,
Commercial
3
lease.
months, commercial lease. So then you sign on the dotted line and you start the process immediately with the bank. Well, the bank takes at least 3 weeks minimum. That's if they stay on the ball. Takes 3 weeks minimum.
And nobody's on vacation.
Right. So you don't have the funding yet, but you're now wasting your time with your free rent, and your contractor needs to start.
Mhm.
So you've now wasted at least a month minimum,
Money, 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 money.
right? Do you see the problem here? And let's say you get through the process and you're already a month into it. So you tell your contractor to start or not to start. And then once your contractor starts, you have to start paying them.
Mm,
So then what do? If you don't have the liquid capital, if you don't have the capital to support it, how are you going to pay your contractor? You can't tell your contractor, I can't pay you. They have to start the work. You have to get the work done, because if you get through the process of the 5 months or 2 months or 3 months or however how much free rent you have, and you don't have your funding, then you can't open your business.
yeah.
Can't pay your contractor, your trades, whatever you have to do to build the place. The issue I'm having is it's not like, buying a home. No one would ever go and buy a home if they weren't pre-authorized for a mortgage. The business loan world will not pre-authorize you for a loan. They will not give you a document that says, "Yes, you're good." They give you something called the discussion paper. The discussion paper says, hypothetically, you're okay. Here's what the terms are going to be. Here's the amount that you're asking for based on your business plan. Here's what our terms are. Here's the process. Here's the fees. Here's everything. Do you accept it? Yes, I accept it. But it's not an approval. It still needs to go to a credit team. It still needs to go to the underwriters, and it still needs to be officially approved. Then it needs to get funded. That whole process takes 3 months or 3 weeks to a month, at least minimum. And because they don't line up, how do you open your business? You have to basically either A, have liquid capital, or just make a wish and hope. and hope that
Make a
it's gonna
wish. Yeah.
and hope that it's gonna come through. There shouldn't be any reason, right? The banker that you're working with, when you give them your business plan, should work with that and say, "Yeah," but ultimately, it's not an official loan until you actually get going,
It's crazy.
right? So we're in the process of building our second studio,
And you're rerunning into these. It's
and
like a
we're running into
blast
this
from the
issue.
past.
Yeah. So we went through it the first one. I didn't think anything of it. I said, "Oh, well, the first one went
Easy
through.
peasy.
That was a bit of a process, but we got through it." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, the second one will work out." This one has been more of an issue, because when you're dealing with something like someone going on vacation, when you're dealing with maybe a different person who doesn't do their job properly, delays, delays, delays.
Has there been any headache to the fact that you already have the business established and they're trying to see now, can you balance two? Because that's always the thing.
They
Is
don't
there,
they don't care.
they don't care. They're still,
They
yeah.
don't care. It's a different business. So to get a loan, small business loan, to qualify for it, you have to open up a different business. Even though it's the same type of business,
But
it's
they're not worried
like
about like debt being, oh, you just received the loan, you know, that's
it goes
good. But
back.
that's a good thing though.
it's a good thing, except they don't care about your business. They care about what you personally are worth.
Of course.
So it's your personal net worth rather than your business. So your business could be making billions, millions of dollars. Let's talk realistically. Your business can be $1 million business. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't go well for you. It doesn't go bad for you. It doesn't matter, because it's your personal net worth that they're more concerned with.